What it do, y'all? It's your boy, Thrice Majestus, here to just start a little rant. Something that came to mind today. Um, Pluto in the first house. Now, depending on when you're born and where Pluto was, whatever. 9 times out of 10, I feel, especially if you're looking, actually, definitely if you're looking in the whole sign system, uh, your Pluto is going to, if you have it in the first house, is going to be the same as your rising sign. So if you have Pluto in Libra and you're a Libra rising, then you have Pluto in the first house. If you're Pluto in Scorpio and you're a Scorpio rising, Pluto in the first house, you get it. So in whole sign, I have Pluto in the first house. In a bunch of other ones, a bunch of other systems, Placidus and all that, it's in the 12th house. Totally fine. Still rocking out with our boy Pluto. But I wanted to hop on and just talk about it real quick because I feel that there's a few people that have hit the nail on the head when it comes to talking about Pluto in the first, but there's still not that many other opinions out there. It's the same with the 12th house. Now there's way more. Before there weren't that many, and I just want to start. The first house is interpreted as the house of our self identity, self expression, how we express ourselves into the world. Is the house where the ascendant is found, and to me, that is the one of, if not the most physical of all placements, because, well, physically expressed anyway, because it's like the whatever sign your ascendant is in first house for that matter. Um, all the signs rule body parts, and those body parts, in my experience and in all of my readings, have been really professed and expressed. So for example, if you have like a Cancer rising or something, you might have like a buff chest, or if you have breasts, then they might be profound. If you, because Cancer rules like the chest slash breast area. If you have Leo rising, you might have, depending on how it's aspected, you might have really powerful heart. If it's negatively aspected, if you have some malefics in there, you might have had heart trouble. But it's because Leo rules the heart. You see what I'm saying? And so I also see the first house as like how we express ourselves with like our clothing. I got fucking Darth Vader on and black. I'm Scorpio rising. Scorpio sun, Scorpio rising. Shout out to all the Scorpio placements out there. Yeah. But it's the house of how we express ourselves, our expression into this thing we call the world. And having Pluto here, Pluto is an interesting one because it's been said by some that Pluto is malefic, meaning that you have to put in work in order to get any benefit from Pluto. It's not like the benefic planets like Venus and Jupiter, big Jupiter, where they pretty much, long story short, give you shit for free. Pluto, Mars, Saturn, gotta, bust that ass to get something. And so to me, the way that this has like emerged and shown up is a lot of people with Pluto in the first tend to kind of not know themselves for a long ass time. Like they really don't. And there's an obsession because Pluto, especially if you're in the marvelous Pluto and Scorpio generation, or have strong Scorpio placements. Scorpio energy, and by extension Pluto energy, Pluto is a modern day ruler of Scorpio, is obsessive. You know what I'm saying? Obsessive tendencies. I have to have it. I have to. I have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to have it. I have to know it. I have to feel it. I have to experience it. And I feel like a lot of Pluto in the first house peeps go through that, especially in regards to their identity. So kind of like a mad scientist in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? They perform all these experiments and all these actions and take all these movements and groovements and all that to really crack that fucking shell open and really understand who the hell they are. In a way, you can say it is a powerful, sometimes too powerful, a road to self actualization, right? And they're really just trying to, find out who they are. I have a theory that, some people might have been incarnated into this realm that have Pluto in the first, that they knew who the fuck they were in their previous life, but maybe not fully. They knew only one aspect of them to a toxic level, and that caused so much pain, destruction. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's probably recycled in some way upon their wish to come back in the next life. And so, they got their wish in a way because Pluto is the power of destruction. If you're familiar with the anime series Dragon Ball, more recently Dragon Ball Super, they have these characters in there called the Gods of Destruction. Whenever I think about Pluto, I think about the Gods of Destruction, and more specifically a character named Beerus. And pretty much long story short, where they have gods in there that can create shit, they also have gods in there that can destroy shit. And it's part of the balance. You know what I'm saying? You can't always have shit. Death is a natural part of life, etc. So you got people that can create shit. You got to have people that can break shit too. And that's where the power of Pluto comes in. I'm an advocate of saying where one of the other malefic planets, Mars cuts and burns. I say that Mars cuts and Pluto shaves. And it's not always a smooth shave. Look at all the stuff we got to do with, like, I probably should, probably some of y'all looking like, you need a shave. I'm like, mind your business. But anyway, all the products that we use for shaving, you know what I'm saying? Like the shaving cream, we need updated blades and all this other jazz, because shaving is not necessarily naturally smooth. Shaving fucking hurts. You shave off anything, that shit hurts. So, there's a whole bunch of techniques and tools and tips and tricks to make shaving more smooth. And that's pretty much like the same process with having Pluto in the first house, in my opinion. Going through life, you know, there's such a strong obsession, Pluto, to understand who the fuck you really are. And any and everyone that gets in your way, even if you're not trying to, you might fuck up their day. You might fuck up your day and their day at the same time. And I argue that it's not, on purpose. Like, the goal isn't to just fuck up people's days and stuff. The goal is to crack open the shell that our spirits have been encapsulated into and truly understand all aspects of us. Pluto has this, wherever the fuck he is in anyone's chart, will show you what it really is, who you really are in that aspect. And in the first house, it's really who you are, because that's the, form of self-identity and self-expression. So that's back to my reference with the mad scientists and stuff. What do mad scientists always do? They're in the lab. They perform these quote unquote cruel experiments and stuff on people. Actually, I just got my idea for my first anime reference for this placement. So keep on the lookout for that. I won't spoil it now, but like, they're doing whatever the fuck it takes to get to the center, the core of the identity. In this case, our own identity, or people that have displacement's identity. And sometimes that requires taking center stage. Sometimes that requires stealing the spotlight. And sometimes that requires, like, stepping on some faces and shit like that. And, well, I shouldn't say it requires. Sometimes that's what happens. And I think that once Pluto in the first house people have done enough of that, then they realize, those methods are unethical, and they only really produce like a fraction of the stuff that they, are actually looking to discover about themselves. And in the process, they've caused so much destruction. But this time, it's kind of like arbitrary destruction. You know what I'm saying? Friendships end. Friendships were shaven off. Shaven, shaved. I don't know if there's both, either one of those are words. Somebody in the comments tell me. But either way, it's kind of pushing you to shave off the lies that you tell yourself. Everybody lies. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Everybody fucking lies. But when you lie to yourself, that's the real kicker. You know what I'm saying? And Pluto in the first house people, especially Pluto in Scorpio, first house people, might have some really dark ass kinks, bro. That's also, I feel that that's also indicative of people with Pluto in the 12th. So people with like, in some systems, Placidus, Pluto in the 12th. And then in whole sign, Pluto in first, dark ass kinks. But anyway, the point being is that wherever Pluto is in your natal chart and wherever Pluto is transiting, it's there to show you who you really are holistically. The power of Scorpio, and again, by extension, Pluto, is the power of purity. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's bullshit. Scorpio's dark as fuck and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because the true essence of things are normally hidden in the dark. Like they don't just like, I'm here now, hi. Like, no, nobody does that shit. Or if they do, they don't do it fully. You show me somebody that says and claims that they're 100% like honest and open and all this stuff all the fucking time. I'll show you either an anomaly to fucking life or a liar. And that's totally fine. Some people, can do it, but like they haven't they can't, well, I don't say they can't, but more likely than not, they haven't reached that without having gone through some shit. And that's governed by our boy Pluto. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Mars cuts, Pluto shaves. So in essence, for Pluto in the first house people, it's really going through life, going through, rough patches to really understand who you really are and shave off the parts that you really aren't. It is very alchemical in nature, and so it destroys any and everything that does not serve you. A number of people don't make this realization, at least not right away. And they end up repeating the cycles of bullshit. And then that's when they're like, oh, woe is me. My life sucks ass. It doesn't necessarily, well, it might, but it doesn't necessarily suck ass. It's like, no, Pluto is trying to show you, look, listen, you want to know who you really are. And you keep on jumping into this bullshit that you're really not. So I'm going to keep on giving you horseshit as a result. When you start to wake up and smell the roses and eliminate the bullshit that you really aren't, aka shaving off, that's when the transformative aspects of Pluto and or Scorpio start to emerge. You can't really begin transmutation. A lot of people, especially here on YouTube, like do all these videos about transmutation and, taking one thing and changing it into another, yada, yada. But they miss out one key aspect that I haven't seen anybody say so far. If somebody else has said it, then my bad for missing it. But you can't begin transmutation of an aspect of your life until you really understand what the hell got you there in the first place. And I don't mean like, oh, I was in a car accident and then, I had like pain medication and I got hooked on that, so I need to switch that up. Yeah, but, what got you into the car accident? Sometimes it's literally just an accident. But, the accident happened, led you to that pain, and, you were put on the pain medications by the doctor or whatever. But I argue that there might be an obsessive quality to, the person that might not want to deal with pain or might be obsessed with the good relieving feeling that comes from the pain meds. This is just an example. I'm not a, MD. I don't, I'm just saying that look at what it really is. Do you run away from pain? Do you run away from this, that, and the third, and that's why you're so obsessed with it? Either way, understand that Pluto is here to shave off the bad parts of, not the bad parts, the parts of ourselves that don't serve us. And it's here to show us who we really are. This is Pluto in the first house.